BBN, what's going on, guys? Check this out. I seen something on X today, a question, and I don't have the guy's name to give him credit for the question. I don't want to take credit like something that I created, but it's a question that really got me thinking. And if you think about it, when I sat back and think about it, I was like, okay, this guy is selfish for asking this question. It was a fun question, but he was selfish for asking the question that he did because it really got me thinking. And this is one of those questions where you're going to have 1,000, 10,000 different responses of what fans will say and how fans will react to this question that I'm about to ask you guys. Because I'm just curious and I want to see what you guys can think. Because as me personally, as a fan, I know a lot of you guys have been like Kentucky fans for like 40, 50, 60, 70 years. And you guys got a ton of memories and you guys got a lot of stuff that you got a lot of input that you guys can actually put. And I know a lot of guys, a lot of fans out there are just like, oh my goodness, how do I answer this question? So on Twitter, the guy asked for one, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to ask for three. So here's the question that the guy asked. And I mean, it's like I can't even myself, like I can't even start to be like, okay, what do I choose for myself? Because there's so many out there that I would love to have been at. So here's the question, guys. The question is, what is your top three games that you wish that you could go back and be at the game live and watch? The guy only asked, he said the guy only asked the question of what's your number one game that you would want to go. But I don't know how you take something like that and you start saying, well, what's my favorite game that I would want to go back and watch in person? Wow, like how do you answer that question? And this is probably not even this is even not even just a Kentucky question, but this is just a fan question overall. But we talk Kentucky sports, so this is exactly what we're going to ask. This is the question that we're going to ask. So once again, let me put this up right here because I actually put the question up, so it wouldn't be if you could go back and watch a game live, what would be your top three games of any sport you would attend? So you could pick a baseball game. I know going to the World Series was really big if you're really a baseball fan, if you've been following the baseball team a lot. So I know that's really special. So that right there may actually be. But if you think about all the stuff that you did, one of the games that came back that I would have loved to have been at, because when you go back and you watch the replays, you hear the Rupp Arena just explode. You hear the announcers just going crazy. That would be a game, and one of the games that come to mind for me is that Tayshaun Prince when he was just kept hitting threes after three after three, and he came down from half court and he just threw it up and he hit it. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that he threw it up, but he shot it because he shot it on purpose. He knew what he was doing from half court, and he hit it, and it was like five straight. And the Rupp Arena roof just went off. It just went crazy. So it's so many games out there as Kentucky fans that we can go and say, oh man, like what's my top three? So when you do it, the instructions are when you do your top three, but do it three, two, and one. So you can maybe after three, what's the names? You could actually narrow it down and you could get your number one video. But that's the question. If you could go back and watch any live game, what would be your top three games of any sport? So you could mix it up. You could do a football, baseball, three baseballs, or three footballs, three basketballs. It's really up to you on what sport that you would actually remember or want to go back and watch in person. I mean, guys who's been watching the game for so long. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got like 1,000 games that they can go back and say, I wish I could watch this game in person. I wish I was a fly on the wall. This is so much fun. I mean, look, you think about when we when we destroyed UCLA for the 15th season, when we just destroyed Kansas. Like these are so Tyrese Maxey going off. There's so many games that you can go to, man. DeMarcus Cousins playing John Wall when we beat Ohio State with Brandon Knight's shot. I mean, you got so many. Malik Monk went off. I mean, you can even go and say even Justin Edwards at home when he went off against Alabama, the guy couldn't miss. He was money. It's so many ball games out there. Football games. You could just be like when we look. Another one came to mind for me was when we dunked off Florida, and I know a lot of people was at that ball game. But that's one of the games that I wish because I mean for so many years, if you're an older individual, like you know that it's been many, many years since we knocked off Florida. And to be, if I could be at that game to actually enjoy that and actually run on the field and actually celebrate with the players, that right there would have been a very special moment for me. I mean, you still watch it today and you still get chills and you still bring little tears. You still remember Cash Daniels running across the field, breaking the water bottles. I mean, it's so much, it's so many games out there that we can say this is my top three games. It's hard because you got to leave off games. Now, here's the thing: you're not limited to this. That I would like your comment to be your first comment. I would like for it to be your top three. After that, you can go and you can still name some honorable mention games, or you can go say this game right here barely missed it. It's really up to you as a fan on what you decide to choose. But when I saw this question on X this morning, it just got me excited because you just sometimes you just see questions and you just be like, yeah, how do I answer this question? I have no idea how to answer this question because you got to leave off something. Something's got to go. And so I want to hear what you guys have got to say, and I want to see what games was really so special to you guys. Is it, does it have to be a national championship in basketball just for that to be your top game? Maybe. I mean, we understand that that's the ultimate goal, especially for any sport, is to win the national championship. But surely it's got to be a game out there too that maybe you just wish that you could have been in the building, that you could have saw. I mean, it's a lot of folks who don't have the opportunities to go to ball games. Um, and if you're one of those individuals who get an opportunity to be at these big ball games, man, I salute you for having that capability to be able to do that. But for like a lot of us, we don't have a chance to go to ball games because we don't live in state. We just live so far away. So it's a lot of games that we watch on TV that we just wish, just please, just allow me to be at this game so I can enjoy it with rest of the fans. I mean, it's something about watching a game at home, but if you can go to a game, I mean, if you can go to the stadium, to the arena, to the ballpark, and if you could just experience this stuff in person, it's something about it that just makes it that much special. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm just as I'm even talking to you guys. For me, I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, what you know what I'm saying? What games, what football games do we say? I mean, was it when you know, I mean, it's just so many games out there, and for me to sit here and just give you guys all of mine, that's an injustice because a lot of you guys have been following this. You guys have been following UK way much longer than I have, and you guys have so much more history and so much more than I have. And that's just life, and that's just how things are going to be. And that's why I want to hear from you guys because this is fun. Like this is a fun question. Be fun about it. Have fun with it because there's just too many games out there for us to do it. I'm trying to think, man, when we Levis. I mean, when we go down and I think what was that? We beat Missouri and we down and caught that touchdown in the end zone and we ended it. You got the Steven Johnson play when he just says, "Freak it, dude. This is it. Let's just I love this stuff." You guys know what he said. We don't have to go back and say the words, but you guys know exactly what was said during that Louisville and Kentucky football game. And it's just what we do and how we win these ball games. It's just something special. And you wish that you was in the stadium or in the arena, in the ballpark, so you could say, "I was there." People ask questions all the time. Where was you at when this happened? And you could be able to say that you was there. And for me, I sit back and I think to myself, and I mean, it's just so many games. Would you want to be at the '96 championship game? You know what I'm saying? Just to see those guys. It's so many games out there that it's just hard for one person to. I mean, it's just hard to go narrow it down and just say this is the games that I would like to be at if I had the possibility to do it. So, look, man, this is a fun question. We're gonna have fun with it. I look forward to being able to see one thing about reading comments from you guys and somebody give me some response. Like, ooh, oh, I didn't even think about that ball game. That ball game right there was nice. So it's so many out there, and I definitely look forward to hearing you guys to talk about it. Please just give me your responses or whatever. For me, when I respond, especially when I respond to people, I try to break up my responses or whatever. I try to tell them, 4 or 5 sentences about, as far as my thoughts or whatever. So if you guys can do that too as well, that would mean a lot to me. Because for me, I'll probably be like, my game is this game. Then I start another comment and I say that this is this game. It's just, man, dude, it's just so many games out there that people would love. And, I guess as a bonus, give me one game that you for a fact glad that you didn't glad that you wasn't there to witness that game. So that could be fun too. When we lost to Vandy, like what freak am I here for, dude? When we lost in the first round, I'm glad I wasn't at that ball game. It's those kind of games that was like, I'm glad I wasn't. I'm glad I was not at these ball games. So that's a bonus answer if you feel like you want to do that or whatever. But yeah, but this is a lot of fun. Once again, if you could go back and watch a game live, what would your top 3 games of any sport you would want to that you would attend? So that's the question. That's the answer. Guys, appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that like, subscribe button and like this video. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss any videos.